excuse me. Excuse me. What in the world are you thinking?
Mean Gene, the first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say.
What up, y'all? KMB the Sexy Ninja in the place to be, as always, for C Plus Studios, and this is the New World Podcast, brother, and it's for life. All right. It is fueled. It is powered. You will acknowledge crazyhoodiez.com. All designs created by the one and only Big Daddy. Also, check out Big Daddy's podcast, Big Daddy Forever. If you're subscribed to the C Plus Studios feed, you get Big Daddy Forever. You get the Sexy Ninja Cast. You get the New World Podcast. You get that Crazy That Juggalo vlog. Also, you get the staple of C Plus Studios, and that is the Social Vent Podcast, what C Plus Studios was built on. All right? Me and Big Daddy bring it to you guys every week, anywhere and everywhere. We're on all social media platforms, so go follow us. We're on everything, and go check us out on Twitch and go check us out on YouTube. We got 1.5 bazillion Ks, but I don't know how that works, but we got them though. You know, we got a bunch of material. Let's just jump right into it. We're talking about SmackDown this past Friday. Hell of a show. The one thing that stuck out, I'm going to wait until the end, but I want to break it down like this. So we finally got the women's tag team bracket down. The tournament is ready to be done at Raw. I'm excited. So it's going to be Natalya and Sonya Deville versus Dakota Kai and Io Sky. And they've been killing it, man. I really been enjoying this tournament. Like I really feel like they're giving their all in this, especially from a creative standpoint. Like they're letting these wrestlers wrestle, and that's what's been glorious lately. Like they're like, yo, you guys got 15 minutes. Like the start, you know, not only that, like the starting of the show was Ricochet versus Happy Corbin. They got over 15 minutes on TV. 15 minutes. Ricochet versus Happy Corbin. 15 minutes to start the show off. It's a banger. It's like, here we go. Happy Corbin lost, so maybe Sad Corbin's around the corner, but still, Ricochet, I feel like, is being put back into that the light, you know, where he belongs, because Ricochet is a hell of a talent. In the match itself, man, I was like, oh shit, Ricochet, okay, Happy Corbin. And then I was like, it was back and forth, and it was just like boom, 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 boom. I was like, holy shit, what is going on? And then I looked at the time, I was like, they basically got a full pay-per-view match, you know, time-wise on TV for SmackDown, because Triple H is just like, yo, it's a show. It's a wrestling show. We're going to give you some wrestling, and we're going to mix some cool things in between and create that sandwich. And you're going to eat that SmackDown and get it knocked in your teeth, bro. And you know, Return of New Day too. They got one on the Viking Raiders. You know, I almost called them the Viking Experience. You remember that? Who remembers that? The Viking Experience. We're like, what the hell is a Viking Experience? Okay. But Return of the New Day, they got the one up kendo stick and Xavier Woods little thing. They're pretending they're all like sad. We're like, yeah, guys, you know, they gave us a Vikings funeral last week and burnt some bootios and blah blah blah. But they got the one up. This feud has been going on a little bit too long, in my opinion. I hope it's leading to something. Hopefully, at Clash at the Castle next week. And I was very sad that I was going to miss Clash at the Castle, because it's on. I hate it that these pay-per-views are on Saturday now, because I usually have Sundays off, or I can request a Sunday off. It's much easier for me in my line of work at the day job. But I realized this when they're like, it's a special time for Clash at the Castle, so it's going to be in the morning, and I usually work at night. So I was like, oh my gosh, hell yeah, I can watch Clash at the Castle. This is a rare opportunity. I can see the pay-per-view, but and I'm saying we need to stop doing Saturday pay-per-views. It feels weird to me. Like they announced Survivor Series on the 26th in November, and it's on a Saturday. I'm like, yo, and I will be off. I'll be off because with my work, well, we will have the time off at that point. But it's just like, bruh, I want to go back to Sundays. Don't let AEW have Sundays. No, don't do that. So, they're really building up the Sami Zayn thing with him being an honorary Uso finally, and not just being like, I want to talk to Roman coming to the door, but Roman's like, come in, you took a kick to the mouth, and there's little great backstage segments in Hit Row, when they met up with Street Profits, and it was great, man. I just love Hit Row. I love the Street Profits. So I'm just like, let's go then, because I want the smoke. We all want the smoke. So I'm gonna see where that goes. But the Hit Row has got beef. There's beef. There's beef in the air, baby. There's beef in the air. That's what I'm telling you right now, baby. As you look at me, I tell you there's beef with maximum male models versus the Hit Row. The OG3. So gonna see where that goes, because I'm like, this maximum male models thing was really like titillating my juices, and it kind of got flat. But now that Hit Row's involved, I'm like, my juices are retitillated. I never knew juices could be retitillated. So I want to see where this goes and see if we can build upon it. And I believe Hit Row should come up above maximum male models with Max Dupree. The main event, Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn. That was a great match, back and forth. And last week, me and Big Daddy talked upon it, how Roman looked weak. I know we got to go back and forth. We got to take shots and everything like that. We got to build up towards Clash of Castle. Like, you got one on me, I got one on you. We're building a feud here. We're building anticipation for this match at Clash at the Castle. So it makes sense that we're gonna have Drew have one. But this week, I gotta say, man, like, people are already out there. I already see them online being like, oh man, the Bloodline has to help every single time. I'm like, of course. It's probably one of the best factions in a very long time, but the Bloodline, man, right there, man. I love the Bloodline. I love this version of Roman Reigns. He is my tribal chief. I'm just telling you right now that what they did to Drew McIntyre was, don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on Drew. I feel like Roman should not lose the title to Drew McIntyre, but I believe Karrion Kross is gonna cross in that main event some way, somehow, because he had a promo tonight as well. So we shall see. I'm interested in seeing what the Karrion Kross aspect is going to be, because I'm telling you, man, right here, my tribal chief right there. My tribal chief is right there. And he's not losing the title to Drew McIntyre at Clash at the Castle. After seeing this dominance, because me and Big Daddy talked about it last week, we said, oh man, they made Roman look weak because, he went out there by himself. But once you establish and have the Bloodline in that aspect in the picture, it's going down, man. And seeing Roman when he's puts the chair on top of Drew McIntyre and they put them belts on him, man, he looks good. And people are like, oh man, he's just rubbing all over. I am. Okay. But when he says, this is my mountain, I dare somebody, I dare anyone to come and take it from me. I dare anyone. And that just gave me goosebumps. And I was like, that's the way they end the show. Drew's laid out and Roman's on top and he's got the belts, and I'm just like, damn. And then you got the Usos behind them. We have honorary Uso, Sami Zayn earning his keep in the Bloodline, and I can't wait until Paul comes back. Maybe Paul will come back at Clash at the Castle. But overall, I thought it was a great show. We're getting a lot of wrestling, and the matches are a little bit longer, which is really nice too, just because I'm like, okay, cool. Usually there's more segments than matches. But I got a feeling for the women's tag team match next week. It's going to be Dakota Kai and Io Sky. They're going to win the titles. And then I feel like Bayley's going to get a championship on top of that too. And she's going to get a title. Then they're going to be the next faction, especially in the women's division, taking over and everything like that. So also I got a shout out to the women here for the second chance fatal 4-way tag team match. That was fun. That was just a good time. And they really had some great packages too for Drew McIntyre and everything like that. And real quick, as I just remember, because it's going across my screen, but when Natalya and Sonya Deville, they were doing their promo in the back saying like, oh yeah, we're going to go on them. You saw a little tension between Doudrop and Nikki ASH or Nikki Ash. Just I've said it before, I'll say it again. We just need to really get rid of that gimmick. And one match that I gotta say that is on my radar now is Gunther versus Sheamus for the Intercontinental title at Clash at the Castle. When they did that stare down with each other, I got goosebumps, man. I was just like, damn, this is going down for real. You know, it's going down for real, you know. And hopefully my boy Pete Dunne gets back to being Pete. Like I'm tired of this Butch character. I think it's unnecessary in many degrees. But you know, who am I? I'm not writing for WWE. I know they're hiring writers right now. You don't think I check their website? I do. Hey WWE, call me. I got good ideas. I got some good ideas. So those are some big ones. But like I said, my boy, the tribal chief right here, man. The Bloodline beating down Drew McIntyre. I'm in heaven right now, man. Like SmackDown Raw has just been on point. There's just been some great things, you know, and it's hitting all the checkpoints of I'm like, oh shit, until like I laugh. And so, you know, we're living in the golden age right now, the WWE. And I can't wait till Clash of Castle. I can't wait for Raw. Like I'm anticipating, and I'm sorry I didn't review NXT this week. Just some things came up, but hopefully starting next week I can do NXT as well. And I don't want to call it NXT 2.0 because I think they should just drop the 2.0. I've stated that a billion times, but we shall see what happens next week on Monday Night Raw. Let me know what you thought. What was your highlight of the show? What was your anticipation? I'm not anticipation. What was the thing that made you happy? What was the thing that made you go like, oh shit? What match was your favorite? I gotta say, Ricochet, Happy Corbin, man. That and ending the show with Roman back on top. Then next week, the go home shows to Clash at the Castle. Can't wait. I'm excited. Let me know what you think in the comments below. After that, you're going to like and subscribe. You're going to share with your grandma, share with the bum down at Walmart. This is C Plus Studios, baby. Yeah, I did that. I'm KMB, the Sexy Ninja. Remember, the New World Podcast is for life, brother.
Will Drew McIntyre be destroyed in his homeland?
As long as I want it, it's mine. This whole industry, this whole business runs off of me.